Medicare AEP changes for 2023. Medicare's annual enrollment period is coming up fast. It's from October 15th through December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. There are not a lot of changes for 2023 for those who already have Medicare, but the changes are meaningful. So let's take a look. First, the annual election period, we call it AEP, refers only to your Part D prescription drug plan or your Medicare Advantage plan. This is the only time that you will have to review your Part D plan and select a new one for 2023. It's similar for Medicare Advantage plans, except you can also make one correction or one change with your Advantage plan during the first quarter of next year. That time is referred to as your Medicare Advantage Open Enrollment. This is from January 1 through March 31. If you are new to Medicare Part B and enrolling now or in the next few months, then your initial enrollment period takes precedence or overrules AEP. You probably don't even need to pay attention to this annual election period at all. Medicare supplement plans. Please understand there is no federal annual enrollment period for Medicare supplement plans. Medicare supplement plans do not change each year. Their benefits don't change. In addition, price increases are based on your policy anniversary date. They don't typically change by calendar year. Now, that said, I do know a couple companies that will often use the change in year as an excuse to raise prices, but that's not common. Some states have annual benefit periods based on your birthday or your policy anniversary, in which case you can sometimes change plans without any medical underwriting with limitations. But if you're not sure of your state rules, please reach out to us. You are not required to do anything with your Medicare supplement plan during AEP. There are no 2023 Medicare supplement plans because the benefits never change. However, price increases on supplement plans have been higher than in past years. If you wish for us to shop your supplement for you, please let us know. We would be happy to. Now, we may be able to reduce your costs and help you keep the same benefits or simply get you into a plan with lower price increases. It's worth a look. So a quick note before I get into Part D. I'm now producing what they call YouTube Shorts. And these are videos of 60 seconds or less. Some I have are only 45 seconds on YouTube. YouTube is strongly encouraging us to do these. And so I've already done several, and I expect to have new shorts out several times a week on interesting subjects within Medicare. And that's a quick 60-second update on something or things that you should know. So in addition, of course, to my other videos. But please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification button below. You'll be able to see them as they come out. So Part D prescription drug plans. As current clients already know, I set up my PartDshopper.com website several years ago to help consumers shop for Part D plans, the plans that I recommend. I encourage everyone to take a look and see if you should stay with your current Part D plan or if there are lower cost alternatives for 2023. Information on new 2023 plans should be on the PartDshopper.com website October 3rd, I think that's Monday's October 3rd or October 4th. As soon as I have the link set up, we're going to put it on the PartDshopper.com website. You'll click on the Shop and Enroll for 2023 and see what's available. So when they are active, I should be showing on screen that this is going to be the link that you're going to want to look. Make sure it says 2023, not 2022. Second, quick review of the impact of the Inflation Reduction Act for 2023 on Part D. Now, I have this in detail on my new Part D video that I just produced. But this act requires drug companies to pay a rebate if the drug price increases at a higher rate than the rate of inflation. Unfortunately, inflation is close to 9% annualized. The Act also limits insulin copays to $35 for Part D, and that's good news. It also improves coverage for vaccines. For example, your shingle vaccine in 2023 should be free, along with other vaccines. The Inflation Reduction Act has other features that are intended to go into effect between 2024 and 2029. We hope they do. Unfortunately, no one knows who or how these features will be paid for. Thus, they're not guaranteed even though they are currently signed into law. Keep in mind, this Inflation Reduction Act eliminated another law that was to take effect in 2023 and intended to reduce your Part D costs. But that law was championed by the previous administration and thus had to be killed. At least both sides of the aisle here recognize and are trying to reduce consumer costs. We just got to get them to stop fighting and focus on you and I. Next, changes to Part D for 2023 and why you need to shop your plan. So please understand, we're not allowed to discuss individual plans until October 1 and cannot make any changes until October 15. I've linked below my cheat sheet on the 4 phases of Part D for 2023. If you're unfamiliar with the 4 phases, I encourage you to watch my new and improved and shorter Part D video. It's linked above my left shoulder and in the description box below. The 4 stages show the 2023 deductible, which is now a maximum of $505 for 2023. You may recall that prescription drugs are typically categorized into 5 tiers. In the past, many insurance companies would waive the deductible for Tier 1 and Tier 2 drugs. A few would have the deductible waived only for Tier 1 drugs. More of the lower premium plans are going towards only waiving the deductible on Tier 1 medications. And this can have an impact on your cost for next year if you have Tier 2 drugs. In addition, Part D companies would normally set the tiers so that you're paying a copay for Tier 3. Some companies have changed that so the copay is now a coinsurance. Instead of paying a flat dollar amount, a copay, your obligation will be a percentage of the retail cost of the drug, coinsurance. For example, you may be required to pay 25% instead of $45. Now, this seemingly small change can have a huge impact on your drug costs. Again, take a look on PartDshopper.com in October and see if you're still in the right Part D plan for you. Also, regarding Part D, there will be some changes in the plans that I recommend, and they're going to be reflected on PartDshopper.com. However, one of the plans I'm working on, we have to go through some contracts. That paperwork may not be completed by the first couple days of October. It might be closer to October 15th before you see that on PartDshopper.com. So if you look early, check again, on October 15th to see if there aren't some other plans on there. So if you have a plan that I'm no longer recommending, that doesn't mean you must change. You do what's right for you. Just look at the fine print on your annual statement of change and the table of drug prices so that you know what to expect for 2023. Regarding Medicare Advantage plans, of course, there are benefit changes in Medicare Advantage plans. Many changes are related to the Part D plans that they've bundled with them. Others may include some small cost increases. First, the maximum out-of-pocket allowed for in-network care with an Advantage plan is $8,300 for 2023. That is up from $6,700 just a few years ago. Out-of-network maximum out-of-pocket is over $12,000. And that's up from about $7,000 just a few years ago. So just as Medicare supplement plans must increase their premiums to keep up with inflation, Medicare Advantage plans tend to reduce benefits to keep up with inflation. And they can often reduce benefits by increasing your maximum out-of-pocket. So each plan can set their own maximum out of pocket, so your plan may be less. A lot of HMOs, for example, are a lot lower in maximum out of pocket, but you give up, obviously, some of your freedoms on what doctors to see. So if you wish to shop Medicare Advantage plans, reach out to us. We can compare plans with the major carriers in all states but Massachusetts. We input the doctors you see regularly to make certain that they're still in network, and of course your prescriptions so that you know what you will be paying for them. So lastly, I expect to have the new Medicare rates, the deductibles, the income-related monthly adjustment amounts, levels, and all of that by Thanksgiving. Medicare normally releases those numbers in the latter half of November, sometimes earlier in November. There's no fixed date. But I will send out a notice like the one that I sent. If you're a current client, you've got this link in the email. But I'll send out a notice like that, and as well as redo the benefits for Part A and Part B and the publications I have, and of course do a new video, a Medicare short video, so those that will subscribe to my channel will see those very quickly. My next video will be a shortened version of my Medicare Explained video. Now, when I published that video in late 2017, it quickly became the most popular Medicare video in the history of YouTube, with nearly 1 million views. Now, 1 million views isn't a lot for a lot of other subjects, but it's a lot for Medicare. So I'm trying to make this new version shorter because people tend to enjoy shorter videos these days, but I suspect it will be just as good as the first version. So please give me a thumbs up and a like if you like this video, and share and subscribe. And I hope that you can see my future videos as well. I'm Matthew Clausen with MedigapSeminars.org. Thank you for watching.